This is SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports show, coming to you from Barstool Sportsbook at L'Auberge Lake Charles. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Welcome in. Glad to have you with us, hanging around here at SoundOff at Barstool Sportsbook at L'Auberge. Kevin Guidry, Scooter Hobbs, Rick Sarro. We're here. We think we're going to solve some problems.
I don't know.
We're going to get to the problems of the LSU defense, the problem of the McMeese Cowboys in totality, and the Saints offense. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot to
Can't complain.
That's a lot, Rick.
Can't
to be
complain.
honest with you, that's a lot.
They're showing a little bit of tackling woes against the Buccaneers, but no, we're not going to nitpick on that Saints defense.
Very well.
All right, guys, we begin with the home team. We got the helmet up right. We're not going to do that. All right, guys, they're 0-5. Problems galore, locker room problems, lack of leadership, still inconsistent play, really across the board.
Do you think there are locker room problems?
I think there are. Come on, you 0-5. You got a confidence problem.
Well, let me tell you.
You got a confidence problem.
Well, that's not a lot.
You know, now I'm not saying this team is there's a mutiny going on. I'm not saying that.
Well, that's kind of what that implies.
But no, you when you're 0-5 and you can't and you continually have these issues with discipline and the same problems, I think you got some issues. And yeah, I know, Kevin, you said it earlier in the week. 55, 57 guys, they hadn't played together.
You don't have any.
Look, everybody uses the portal. A lot of people. Colorado, they're 3-2 with 80-something players new. Come on, that's a cop-out to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm with that. But the thing is this, though.
Do your job.
You got to know who's in that locker room, too, Rick. And if you bringing somebody in from the portal, this is the problem I think is happening. I think the coaches that's letting these kids go or who's making phone calls to these coaches saying, tell me about so-and-so, they have to be honest with these coaches, man.
I think coaches.
They have to be honest with these coaches because, my whole thing is this, Rick. Coach, tell me really, because why is he leaving you? tell me really.
Yeah.
Coach, can we just be honest with each other?
Think coaches,
because he's leaving that school, he's leaving for a reason.
Okay.
I mean, let's just be honest now, guys. Come on. He's leaving for a reason.
All right.
Okay, well, I think coaches are, for the most part, honest with each other, or at the least, when a coach is calling around, he knows who he can trust and who he can't.
Yeah. All right, I'm not going to run through the myriad of problems at the Cowboys. You think of a problem on a football field, they've had it. Between sacks, no big plays out of receivers, quarterback doesn't have enough time, quarterback's not consistent, penalties, turnovers, you name it, they're running the full gamut. I don't know, I just don't know. Just go out there and, like what Brian Kelly was saying, we got to do the fundamentals exceptionally well. Even if 1 week can the defense tackle somebody, and maybe a receiver can give me one big play, give me one play. That's not asking for much. They haven't been able to do it.
What I think happens is that Coach Kelly says that you got to do the fundamentals, you got to do the little things right. Mm-hmm. I get all that, but Rick, let's just say, Kiffin ain't no dummy. He exposed LSU defense. Okay?
All right, we'll save that for the next segment. Save that for the next segment.
Did McNeese play Ole Miss last week? I missed that.
Yeah, I think that. All right, so everybody, look, I'm guilty. I point, it's all on the quarterback. It starts there, okay? Yeah. It starts there, and Nate Glantz is their starting quarterback.
But what I'm saying, Rick, is that's all fine, too, but we keep going back to the same thing with McNeese. So what do? If you see it's evident as to what's happening on the field, so what do?
You simplify it. You try, again, if he doesn't,
simplify
you simplify it.
I think it's at its simplest form as to what they're doing out there.
I would think you simplify it and just try to get some early momentum. They go to Commerce this week, a team that is also winless, but they only lost by 1 to Sunbelt Old Dominion. That's kind of scary.
Look.
Okay, to Old Dominion.
McNeese. Not a bad one.
McNeese passed 2 games. You got beat by 31 points. You passed 2 games. That's not saying a heck of a whole lot.
Well, 31-10 was the final score at Nickel, so I don't pile on. But again, all right, so you go to Commerce, you've got to have some incremental improvement, and if you do, you stack it, you might come out with a win. I don't have all the answers for you, but I will say this.
But what is bad is this, Rick. the Southland is down this year.
It is
got
down.
teams that
They
are
got
0-3, 0-4.
Yep. Yep.
So, Rick, if McNeese keep losing games,
All
what
right,
are we
which
saying?
leads to my next point.
What are we saying?
You're going to have some folks going to wonder, fair or not, can this team win a game? And where is it on the schedule?
At what point?
Can they win a game?
At what point of the schedule, do you say, well, that was the shot, forget it now? You know?
I think
Everybody's pointing at Northwestern because they're winless and they've been struggling about longer than McNeese.
the bad thing in all of this, man.
But it's week to week.
Coach Goff is trying.
He's
We've had
working
him on
his
the
tail
show,
off.
man. I mean,
Working his tail off.
That's the sadness in all of this, man, is that you've got a guy that's putting everything he can into this, man, and the results are just not coming. That's the way he would want them to.
No.
That's the bad thing, Rick, in all of this, man.
You got a stud linebacker in Micah Davey every week, 12, 14, 15 tackles.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
That's it.
That's about it. And then you got a
That's
kicker,
it.
Garrison Smith, who's kicking some field goals.
You know.
And you got some guys out there with potential, youth at wide receiver. But doggone it, even though he's a freshman, touchdown grab on the sideline against Nichols. It's there in his hands, and he can't hold it.
Drops it.
That can change a game, guys.
Yeah.
That can change a game for you. But they're just not doing it. Commerce is coming off a 29-point loss to Stephen F. Austin. So maybe they're going to catch him down. Maybe they're going to keep him highly motivated to win a game.
It's got to
He's
happen.
going to
Rick.
go in there and be super motivated
It's gotta
to
happen,
win this
man.
game. All right. The Max Bar and Grill. It hits it out of the park every day and night for
Yes,
lunch
it
and
does.
dinner. Don't forget about weekend brunches, 10:30 to 3, Saturday and Sunday. And Fiesta time every Tuesday, 2-for-1 margaritas all day with some Mexican favorites on the menu. Cooler days and nights means the balcony patio is great
Yes.
for dining option. All at the Max Bar and Grill at the National in Wesley.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at Le Berge Lake Charles.
Frozen faces, burnt hot dogs, finding silver linings in every season. You never forget the way some things taste. Great taste, 96 calories. Tastes like Miller Time.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
His name was Cain. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
You know Bowie Outfitters because it's everything outdoors, and when you walk in, literally, folks, you can find all the hunting, fishing, and bow hunting, and it's just galore. It's on every department. Shotguns and rifles, gear, blinds. Bowie is bow hunter's heaven. All the gear, and of course, they have the big archery sale going on now. If you need hiking, camping, or kayaking gear, top brands in clothing, adventure shoes, don't forget about all the supplies for outdoor cooking and equipment. It's all at Bowie Outfitters in Lake Charles.
Yes.
All right, welcome back to Barstool Sportsbook at La Berge. Don't forget about one of the new restaurants must go to. That would be Johnny Sanchez,
Yes.
right around the corner. Celebrity chef Aaron Sanchez got a little bit of flair on
He
that
does.
Mexican cuisine. I've eaten there, and it is
It's good.
top
It's
notch.
good. It is
Go
good,
early,
Rick. I have to
guys.
agree with you on that. It's
Go early.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get into LSU, the helmet's upright, right? You're going to keep it that way.
good. It's for now.
Huge.
For now.
Huge NFL game this coming Sunday night. The Dallas Cowboys 3-1 against San Francisco, undefeated.
Undefeated.
That's going to kind of set the NFC standard now.
You're right,
I got the
you're right.
Philadelphia Eagles.
You're right.
They're probably right up there with the 49ers, also
That's no
unbeaten.
doubt about it,
Dallas is right up there too, but this 49er-Cowboy game
49ers
Sunday
is real,
night,
man. They are real.
watch out. That's going to be must-see TV.
Most
All right, guys.
definitely.
Here's what I want to throw out with the LSU Tigers, and it's obvious. They're 3-2. They've got an offense that can hang with anybody in the country.
No
and
question.
it's going to waste. It's
It
going
is.
to waste.
It is.
Jalen Daniels, this is it. He's going to the NFL.
It is, Rick.
This
But
is
you know
it.
what's- You know what's
It's a
bad,
waste.
Rick? Is
They
that
live neighbors too.
Yeah.
I think
Is that-
Brian Thomas is a
Yeah,
sophomore.
it's a waste, isn't it?
Yeah.
it's sad, Rick, but
3-2.
yeah.
Now they can still win the West, right? They can still win. They can still win the West.
All right.
You know? You win the West, you're in the SEC championship.
Yeah,
well,
but
wait
who-
a minute. Now, wait a
who
minute.
you gonna play in
Wait
the
a minute.
SEC championship?
Well, hold
Who
on.
you
now.
gonna
That
play?
sound like?
Who you gonna play?
Well, you're gonna play probably Georgia.
You gonna play them Bulldogs, man.
They're not. They're struggling, dude.
Yeah, let's take a little side here.
They're
I
struggling.
have come around, and there's no doubt in my mind Georgia might end up winning it all.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
No.
But right now, I don't think they're number one. I don't.
No, I do, Scooter.
There's just too many other
Yeah,
teams
but I do, Scooter.
with much better resumes.
Yeah. Right now.
Right.
I would put.
You know,
I don't know.
okay, with
Michigan.
games
Texas-
played,
After
you
one
saying
or
with
two
games played.
games,
Yeah,
no,
games
I
played.
wasn't going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, would have no problem right now with somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. And the latest AP poll is reflecting that. The voters are kind of
Yeah, it's getting
AP. You know,
closer.
Georgia
But
now
you-
starting to back up a little.
but-
They're still number one, but the votes I'm talking about. Michigan's climbing, and Texas. How real is Texas? Well, let's let the season play out here. But here's my thing
I
to
think
you.
Texas
Here's my
is
thing.
real.
If LSU wins the West, they go to the SEC championship game. They win the SEC championship game. Let's say they got the 2 losses, right? That's pretty much their
Yeah.
margin for error.
Yeah.
You win the SEC, you
No,
get into
you're
the
not
No,
in the playoffs.
it's not
There's
happening.
too many other good teams
It's not.
this
It's
year.
not happening, Rick.
But
It happened
let's
years
say-
I agree.
back,
You
but
say-
that's
I
not
agree.
happening.
I agree.
Can they win the West? Well, we know they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did last year, and it was just
Look.
consider the Ole Miss game last year's Tennessee game.
Yeah. Good point. Good
and
point.
what happened after that?
Yeah. No, that's
Now-
there's a valid point.
I would say that last year that Tennessee loss was kind of a little bit like what was it? It was 40 something to 10 or
41
14.
to 10.
No, yeah,
Really?
10 or 4.
I don't know.
Forget.
Bad.
But it was a little bit like McMeese's game last week.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it was gift wrap.
Yeah,
I mean, some
got it.
turnovers, they fumbled the opening kickoff, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah,
But went
blah.
in the toilet fast.
Turnovers aren't hurting LSU this
No.
year.
No.
Although,
Jalen
my
Daniels
gosh,
is
did
exceptional.
you see Daniels get lit up?
Oh my God.
That's not the first time, though. That kid's tough, man. Come on.
He
give it
is
to
tough.
I
him.
mean, the
That
fact
kid is
that
tough.
he got
The
it
ball
up
went
from that,
flying like
yeah.
10 yards behind him.
Oh, I mean,
oh my
I'm
God.
not going to fault him on that one.
No,
That
not
kid's
at all.
tough,
Right.
man.
Look, everybody, you LSU guys,
Look,
Bo
Rick.
Pelini 2020, okay? Didn't they set kind of like the record then for yards allowed? Was it Mississippi State? Now,
Yeah, 660, I think.
something like that. Now, the 706 to Ole Miss, you know, it's bad.
It was bad, Rick.
It's bad.
That's
You know,
bad.
LSU needs to put it
least
on.
Ole Miss
Yes,
is
man.
a really good offense.
Yes.
That Mississippi State team that he gave
Yes.
up all the yards to, the next week they scored like 10 points.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what, guys?
Of course, Ole Miss scored 10 the week
This
before
is
at
just
Alabama.
me, and maybe it's the players, maybe it's the people we have playing on defense. But Rick, a good coaching staff is going to make adjustments to a 10-yard underneath route.
Yes.
I cannot accept that.
I know.
just
You're
can't.
very
I
unaccepting
can't
of that.
accept that, Rick. I can't accept
No,
that,
look,
man.
and I'm not being down. I'm not being. You brought it up like the last 2 weeks. This Deuce Chestnut guy from Syracuse, right? Zy Alexander from southeastern Louisiana. Andre Sam, the former McMeese Marshall player from Iowa. Guys, they just may not be good enough. You
Well,
keep
it's
complaining about Chestnut.
Well,
Alexander missing tackles. Andre Sam, love the kid. I mean, final year in college football finally. He's used to chasing around Marshall guys and McMeese.
I'm convinced of that.
Maybe you're starting to up the ante. They're just not good enough.
And Ricky, that may be the
in
answer.
the secondary, yeah, it's kind of.
And Denver Harris, but maybe he's just not good.
But how do you go from being DBU to DB who? how do you go from there?
Yeah.
I mean,
Poor roster management.
That was our standard.
Poor roster management.
When you saw a defensive back coming out in the first round or close to the first pick, it was coming from LSU.
How's Brian Kelly going to fix this? Pete Jenkins, analyst on the D-line?
Pete has nothing to do with secondary. Pete has nothing to do with secondary.
No, Pete can't. Well, but the D-line could help the secondary.
Yeah, they need some help too. Did they get any sacks on Jackson Dart?
No.
None.
Now,
None.
give Ole Miss credit there, because Ole Miss doesn't have the strongest offensive line.
No.
And it was snap the ball, throw it.
It was getting it out.
Snap the ball,
Yeah.
throw it.
That's how you got to play.
Yeah.
That's how you got to play. I mean, Jaden Daniels and Neighbors, you got me on Malik Neighbors, and Brian Thomas break out. I mean, 3 touchdown passes for Brian Thomas in this game? 3?
Yeah,
I mean, they all had touchdowns.
Look.
I go back to this offense. If they can just regroup, like you talked about, and get some semblance, maybe they can salvage this thing, because the offense is not going anywhere, guys. It's not going anywhere. This Logan Diggs, he's a bull.
Yeah, Diggs, I think. You remember that was one of my big questions.
Yes.
I think he has emerged.
Yes.
He's the guy.
And the offensive
And the
line's been
others can
solid.
still play like LSU has always done. Yeah, but Diggs is the man.
No, Diggs is the guy. He is.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
Offer a more reliable, responsible, intelligent, and connected indoor environment that easily adjusts to homeowner preferences no matter where they are. Uncompromising, unmistakable Luxair. Learn how to become a Luxair dealer by visiting SolarSupplyLuxair.com.
His name was King. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
The big archery sales going on right now at Bowie Outfitters on Gerson Memorial Highway in Lake Charles. If you're not into bow hunting, you're just getting ready for the deer hunting season, they got you covered there with all the rifles and all the ammo you need. Great selection across the board and great pricing in the hunting and the fishing. Adventure apparel, their camo wearables, bar none, best in the region. Shotguns and all the handguns, outdoor cooking, camping. Kevin, you're right. They got it all. Everything outdoors at Bowie Outfitters in Lake Charles. And we're glad to have them aboard SoundOff. Welcome back to the friendly and the comfy confines. That is Barstool Sportsbook at LaBerge. Want to welcome the boys at Lundy Law.
Yes.
So all right, new to SoundOff. We want to welcome them in. They got the A-team of attorneys waiting in Lake Charles to help you with all your legal needs. That is Lundy Law in Lake Charles. All right. The primetime shine at Colorado. The luster is dimmed just a little bit. Look, we know what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I know what the hell I'm talking about.
I know what the hell I'm talking about too.
You think so? We knew they were going to lose Oregon and Southern Cal. Okay, we knew that. So they're 3-2.
You really count Southern Cal as a real big loss?
Let me tell you, you're stealing my thunder.
I will say this.
You're
I don't know about that, Rick.
Let me tell you. And they were missing, again, Travis Hunter.
That's what I was going to bring up
with the lacerated liver, and Shiloh Sanders was out. Let me tell you.
I'm telling you,
you got to give them. You got to give the fight to come back to lose by 7.
Man, by 7.
They outscored Southern Cal 24 to 14.
And Southern Cal, be honest, Southern Cal was never in danger of losing that game.
No.
But but they were way behind.
Way behind.
And if this was just a group of mercenaries attracted to the neon glow, I don't know if they come back and keep playing to get to that.
Yeah.
So, give him credit. He is on to something.
He is. And I'm telling you, he got kids that will play for him. Look
To
at
his
those
point,
kids, man.
They're not just mercenaries.
No.
He formed,
no.
he got 88 new players, and he formed this bond. And
They
let's
play
keep
for each
fighting.
other, man.
Let's keep fighting.
They play for each other,
I
I'm
think,
telling
you know, look, I've watched some of Dion, some of the documentaries, some of this, some of that, and I've also this season watched some pregame and postgame press conferences. Yeah, he's constantly selling. I'm not hard to find. But boy, when he gets down to X's and O's, he's a coach.
Yeah.
He's a coach.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Dion is Dion. He's going to be who he is.
Exactly.
And I kind of like that too. That you know, to step into the sports world's corporate boardroom.
Yeah.
He didn't change.
No.
He's still himself, and he's showing a lot more that I think there's a lot more there than a lot of people thought.
Yeah.
Look.
I worked on a piece about, I call it the Prime Effect, in Lanyard Magazine coming out this week. I tracked down Rusty Phelps, the grizzled old high school coach from Jennings.
Yeah.
Because he's the one guy who's dealt with Saban, Sweeney, Texas, Tennessee, all the big Southern coaches. And I asked him about it. Had some great comments from Rusty Phelps, and he said he's great for college football.
Come on.
And you know what he kept saying? Coach Sanders, Coach Sanders. And I said, Coach,
Rick.
He said because he deserves it. He is a coach. They just don't give those jobs to anybody.
No.
He's a coach.
Coach Prime.
Coach Prime, Coach Sanders,
Coach
whatever
Prime,
it is.
Coach
Whatever
Prime
it is.
and
He's going to change the
Badger.
game, though.
All right,
He's
let's
gonna
get on.
change the
Let's
game.
get on the situation you brought up. Caleb Williams.
Why do y'all interrupt me all the time?
Well, I'm going to give you a chance here. Caleb Williams at Southern Cal. Shador Sanders making millions in NIL. The interesting thing about this, Caleb Williams and his dad talking about, we may not go in the NFL draft.
Do you have to
next
right
spring
now?
because we don't like the situation.
Do you have to?
That's a dad talking at his head.
But no, but that Caleb was also reports out of Southern Cal that he's also hinted at the player. And with this NIL money, it's
Rick,
an interesting
big money.
twist.
It's
They
big
can
money, man.
bypass the NFL draft.
Yes, they can, Rick.
They can.
They can.
Yes, they can.
Because he's got another year.
Yeah, they can.
Same thing with Shador Sanders.
They can.
Now, Dion wants him back. He wants his kid back.
Oh, yeah. But you know what, Rick?
Well, he can send him to his room.
You look at it and you say to yourself, look how the game has changed.
It's mind-boggling.
Well,
It's mind-boggling.
Kids was like waiting to get out to go to the league, man.
I know.
It's like,
My
I can't
question to
wait.
Caleb Williams is, so you think if you wait a year, there'll be a great team drafted number one?
Yeah.
No, you know the condition is on that. You're going to go to the worst team.
Yeah.
I mean, we
In
get
most
that,
cases,
Scooter, but
in most cases.
And
it's like-
nobody is going to trade down. I don't care who you got.
The one thing to keep in mind if you're thinking about this is all those guys go into an NFL rookie contract that's about 3 years.
They do.
You delay, you wait to go on a draft, well, that's going to, again, just put you behind to get the big second payday.
Yeah.
So it's a
that's
conundrum
true, Rick.
there.
That's true.
It's a
That's
conundrum. All right,
true,
let's
too,
move to the New Orleans Saints. All right, 2-2. They go to New England. Bill Belichick. 2 straight road games. Belichick and the Houston Texans, 2 defensive-minded head coaches.
Yeah.
Guys, about the only thing the offense can do is have a better scheme. Alvin Kamara was back. What did he have, 10, 12 catches? But
Yeah,
again, what did
something
you
like
say? Nothing downfield.
Nothing downfield.
Nothing, it was check down.
You know,
like little
I'm
check
gonna
down,
bring
dump offs.
this up.
I'm not happy
Check
with
You
it.
know, you can talk about having a bad offense, what have you, but with those receivers, and maybe that whole game to it. I'm not sure how hard the Saints played Sunday,
Yeah.
particularly when you could get shots of the secondaries when the Saints had the ball. I thought I saw some lackadaisical route running. Am I wrong?
Not very fast.
No.
It was just, I called it sleepwalking. They were just kind of sleepwalking
They're
through this
like,
thing.
I'm here.
Yeah, throw it over here. You know, no sense of urgency. Maybe
And
because
no.
they didn't think Baker Mayfield can win
disagree?
this
No,
game.
I agree. I mean, it was there. We saw it.
You
For
know?
those receivers that know that ball is not going in, that they're just a decoy, you're going to probably see that a lot, Rick. But, you know, a primary receiver, he's going to get off his route and run his route. And as a defensive back, I mean, you know who's getting the ball a lot of times just for how the guy comes off the ball. to be honest
New
with
England had their worst loss under Bill Belichick last week. They
Yeah.
lost 39-3 to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
So he's going to be ticked off. Mac Jones is not a very skilled quarterback, so the defense should be able to get. This again, depending on Derek Carr's shoulder, this is a winnable game. And they've got to win this game.
Derek Carr needs to set out this game, let Jameis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, I mean, this kid's not well. Rick,
if he was, and it was a show, I thought his arm strength looked okay.
He wasn't accurate. He wasn't accurate. He was off. He was not
Accuracy
accurate.
was
All right.
awful.
Oh, no, College World Series. I thought you had the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame.
Yes.
What a star-studded class going in this year.
They are.
Of course, Drew Brees, but then our own Kerry Joseph.
Yes.
And what, the greatest ever? She should have a statue, Simone Augustus. Does she have a statue at LSU?
Yeah.
Yes, she
Okay,
does.
I'm sorry.
Yes,
All
she
right.
does.
All right.
Yes, she does.
Going into this class.
Yes, she does, Rick.
Yeah.
Yes, she
I
does.
mean, this is star-studded.
Yes,
one
she
of
does.
one of the better ones in a number of years. I'm talking about star quality.
Some of them not question.
Well, but you know, Kerry
She is.
Joseph, well deserved. Still leads.
Where is he at now?
Seattle. Working
Kevin
with the
got
quarterback.
left at the altar again.
No, so hopefully
We'll see
someone
you
they're
next
gonna
time.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at L'Auberge Lake Charles.
Now's the perfect time to enjoy your amazing backyard. Unless you have a mosquito problem, contact the experts at J&J Exterminating and take advantage of $50 off initial service. Make this summer the best ever with J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Refreshing flavors. Crisp taste. Crafted with soul. Always refreshing. Always diferente.